And as you know, most people know, we had snow. And I made a movie about snow a couple of weeks ago, just in December, 20th December of last year, and we had snow. Well, hey, we had snow, and as you know, last year in the summer we didn't have snow. So in between there must have been changed something. Yeah. Well, what's caused by that? Well, as you've noticed, we have seasons. Yeah, that's where I'm getting at. And where do those seasons come from? Well, the Earth is tilted. Yeah, the Earth rotation axis is tilted. Okay? If the Earth axis is tilted, and there is a bulge of about 20 kilometers right now, today, and the Earth must have been rotating faster, and the bulge must have been bigger then. Yeah? It's because the Earth is a flexible half liquid object. Yeah? It's just just like an egg, you know. The crust is the inside is liquid, and the outside is half solid shell, which is very flexible, because otherwise you wouldn't have earthquakes and so on and so on. IET can tell all about it right now, unfortunately. I mean, hope those people get a lot of help. But it's just another subject. I'm not going to talk about that. But the Earth crust and the Earth, it's flexible. So the Earth must have been bulged out more. But if the Earth is billions of years old, and the speed was higher, as is inevitably, scientifically inevitable, yeah, as we have seen, and the bulge must have been bigger because of the bigger forces, yeah. Then I have a question: why is the Earth still tilted after billions of years? It shouldn't be. Why do we have seasons as we have them now today? Why is the Earth still 23.5 degrees out of angle according to his solar path going around the sun? You know what I mean? Why is that? Because, and this book said it also as well, if you have a tilted Earth, and I drew it on this board. Yeah, it's here. I'm sitting here, so you can see me and the board. Okay, that's cozy. Well, the Earth is rotating. We have a bulge. But if the Earth is tilted 23.5 degrees, yeah, and you consider the bulge, yeah, then if this is the sun, then the force on the bulge, which is most closest to the sun, will have a greater gravitational pull than the bulge that is further away. So what must happen is that the tilting will reduce. It must. Yeah. Eventually it must. Okay, I know that a rotation will stabilize that thing, but after billions of years, I mean, hey, the Earth is supposedly billions of years old. Yeah. But after billions of years, I don't expect a tilted Earth. I don't expect that. Yeah? After billions of years. Yeah? For the model that the Bible presents, there's no problem. Because originally the Earth assumed, I don't know, I wasn't there, the Earth might have been spinning, if this is considered 0 degrees and this is 23 degrees and this is 90 degrees. Yeah, the Earth might have been in line with its rotation. Yeah. But the flood, about 1660 years after the creation, according to the Bible, which I believe, a flood happened. A worldwide flood. Yeah. And from that moment on, the earth might have been wobbled around. Yeah. And I'm going to... I'm erasing some, which is not handy. Magnetic pole. So I'm going to read some verses from the Bible, and I have to pick my Bible in a moment, the English Bible, the King James, of course. So in the biblical model that there was a flood, and there are a huge number of stories from all types of how you say, people from old, living in bushes and so on, and all type of descendants from Noah, yeah, telling the same story all over the world. That's a fact. Yeah. Anthropologists have found out that's a fact, and they all contain some same elements, some similar elements. Yeah, that there was a flood, that the gods were evil, angry, not evil but angry, and that because of the humans were angry, and that one family and his sons and a lot of animals were on that boat, they survived, and so on and so on. Yeah, little details may differ, but there were people all over the world, under all tribes in this world, telling approximately the same story. Why? That's a scientific fact. Why are they telling the same story if it would not be true? Yeah. And the Bible and the Gilgamesh epos tell the same, approximately the same story, although in the Gilgamesh epos there are facts mentioned that cannot never be possible. The Bible tells the only story that is correct, yeah, scientifically correct in that area, in that for that matter. Okay, but what caused the flood? That must have been a huge geological phenomenon and thing, yeah, which might have caused the Earth to wobble around a different axis. And if you have a, how do you say, something like a spinning thing, yeah, it may spin as the Earth is spinning, and spin and stabilize after maybe a couple of hundreds or maybe 1,000 years after a different axis, which is now 23.5 degrees. Yeah, and we still, there is evidence for that because we know that the magnetic pole is not in place with the geographical pole. Yeah? And that's logical. If you consider the Earth as a flexible half liquid, most of it is liquid, not even half, but most of it is liquid. I think more than 90% is liquid, magma and so on, the core, etc. It's liquid. Yeah? So that is not stable, necessarily stable to each other. Yeah, the crust might shift somewhat. So I can imagine that the rotations in the Earth core causing the induced magnetic field is still wobbling, and that the crust is wobbling after it. Yeah, so you can imagine that that the pole, the magnetic pole, is not the same as the eggshell pole, so to say, and that's what we know. That's a fact. I mean, the whole marine world and the sailing and the boat industry has to adjust their magnetic pointers to the most recent known pole, magnetic pole. Yeah, so that's a fact. Yeah, and that is logic if the Earth in a recent time was about to wobble.